Hey everyone, Brittany and Chris Carmichael here, bringing you the Elevated Life series where we teach you simple mindset shifts to create radical transformation in your life. It all begins within and it is reflected without. So we have to make internal changes inside of our mind so that we can begin to take action that's aligned with what we're thinking and how we're feeling. And that way we can start attracting abundance, because we have to have what we want, think, feel, desire, all in alignment to be able to create that. And so today's topic is all about how to attract abundance. And when you first hear the word abundance, you might think of money, but abundance means more of. To appreciate means to make more of. So we're going to be talking about how to appreciate and attract abundance in today's topic. I'm so excited to be joining you here live. And today is a new moon in Cancer, so it couldn't be a more perfect time to be able to talk about manifesting abundance. Because this is a new moon, it's all about setting new intentions for what you want to create in your life. So I want to ask you right before we get started, what is that new that you want to bring into your life? What abundance do you want to attract into your life? It might be money, it might be love, it might be support, it might be friendship. What is that abundance that you want to bring into your life? Claim it, own it, because the number one key is to decide.
Yeah, that's so huge. And when you talk to people, you always hear them say, "Oh my gosh, I want yada yada." But what they talk about wanting is super vague. Imagine if you were to create a Christmas list for those of us that, celebrate Christmas. If you wrote a Christmas list and said, "I want stuff," and then all you're going to get for Christmas is sweaters and socks. I mean, that's what you're getting because you weren't clear enough. So when you're thinking about what you want to attract, and if you swap the word attract with manifest, I know a lot of people like to use the word manifest, especially in more the woo-woo side, but manifest means to make clear or obvious to the mind. And so when you change and when you really look at the definition, you say, "I want to attract something, I want to make it obvious to my mind what it is that I want." This is sort of like making your Christmas list. You say, "I want the Nike shoes with a specific thing and this color and in this size," and it's super specific. So when she's talking about be thinking about what is it that you want, these wants need to be super crystal clear, because you cannot hit a target that you cannot see.
Yeah, clarity is key when we're talking about manifesting, because you're always manifesting, whether you believe it or not, whether you're woo-woo or not. It doesn't matter, because what you're thinking and feeling is putting out into the world, what you're speaking is putting out into the world and attracting that back into your life. So the most important key when manifesting is to recognize that you're already doing it, so you want to keep your thoughts positive and on what you want to create.
Yeah, this is so huge. And she gave you kind of the formula. You have to decide what it is that you want.
Hey Jess.
And you
hey Ann.
Hey Ann. Hey Jess. You have to keep your thoughts, you have to keep your words, and you have to keep your actions all aligned with exactly what it is that you want. This is another just huge key point. A lot of people say they want something, but when they make pictures in their mind and stuff, everything is about more scarcity. So in abundance, we're talking about more of. The opposite of that would be scarcity, which is less of. So if you listen to the news, or if you listen to people rattle, their chatterbox, a lot of times you'll hear they're saying, "Oh, well, I couldn't do it because of this," or, "The economy's going bad here, so it's not going to be possible to make money," or "I'm not smart enough," or "I don't deserve enough." And that's all just scarcity stuff. There's plenty to go around for everybody. I mean, there's tons of opportunity in the world.
Yeah. Hi, Katie. Good morning, Nicole. So excited to see you all here. It's so wonderful to have this connection. Hi, Jamie. So awesome. So we're talking about attracting abundance, not necessarily money, but just more of what you want in your life. And one of the keys to attracting abundance is to give what you want to receive. So if you're wanting more friendship, if you're wanting more support, more compliments, more love, then go give that to somebody else. When you give it out into the world, it comes back to you. So give what you want to receive, and you'll be surprised that is a very powerful trick or tool or magic recipe for attracting more into your life. Rattle their chatterbox. Haha, love it. Katie says we are in the same wavelength. I'm diffusing my abundance oil this morning. That's awesome, Katie. And I'm so excited to see you today in my hair salon. So exciting. So let's talk about abundance. In the beginning of this video, I asked you guys to state your intention, to claim what it is you want to attract more of in your life. Leave it in the comments below, because as you claim it and own it and you make it real and you believe in it, you begin to attract it. Law of attraction says that if you focus on a thought for more than 17 seconds, it begins to materialize in the world. So don't beat yourself up if you find yourself thinking about worry or lack. Just switch it before 17 seconds. Choose again. Know that you can cancel that thought. That's what I like to do. I say cancel, cancel whenever I have a not loving or not positive or abundant attracting thought. I say cancel, and then I just think again or speak again. So in the beginning I used to say, oh, I can't do this, or I don't want that. So instead I would say, cancel, I want this. So it's important to recognize that by saying what we don't want, we're actually going to attract that. So we have to be clear on speaking in a positive frame of mind, saying this is what I do want.
Yeah, and positive doesn't necessarily mean, happy, happy, joy, joy. Positive just means not phrased in a negative way, in the sense that I do not want this, or I hate when this happens. See, that's all focusing on things that you don't want. So you want to just constantly talk, especially self-talk. Self-talk is the biggest deal because that's the conversation that you're in the most. You want to constantly be self-talking in a way that allows you to provide yourself with the opportunity to attract whatever it is that you want in your life. So if you say things and you're talking to people and you put on this face and it's like, oh yeah, I'm this great person, but as soon as you get home, it's negative self-talk. Well, I don't deserve it, and I'm never going to get this.
And all that was wasted effort.
Yeah, all of it. So, because the self-talk is the most important. You put yourself in hypnosis better than anybody else does. So you've got to constantly be giving yourself those kinds of ideas that will attract to you exactly what it is that you want.
It's true. The thing that I wanted to create more abundance in my life was vibrant health, and my internal dialogue was, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat. And every action that I took, every salad that I ate, every workout that I did was for nothing, because the internal energy, the intention behind why you're doing what you're doing is what matters and is what will create the results. So I dieted and I exercised my ass off for years, and I stayed the weight that I was because my internal frame of mind was, well, this will never work. I'm always going to be fat. And I was lying to myself. Jamie, I want to just read real quick what Jamie says. I've received homegrown veggies from 3 students this week, feeling abundant and healthy food. That's a very beautiful point that I want to bring up, Jamie. Thank you for sharing, and amazing for attracting food. I think that message was very clear for someone that I know. So I want to share that a lot of the times we think we need money to create what we want in our life. We're like, oh, I want a home, or I want food, or I want clothing, or I want this new opportunity for a job. And we think that we have to have the money to get there. And that's just not true. We have to decide what it is we want and be open to receive the magical ways that it comes into your life. There's a book that I would love to share with you guys that's made a huge impact in how I've learned to attract abundance and manifest more in my life. It's called Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. They are the original thought leaders of Law of Attraction with the channeling of Abraham. And it's such a great book because it's 3 simple rules. I still recommend that you get the book, but I'm going to share the 3 rules with you. The first one is ask. So like we talked about, it's about deciding and being clear on what the heck you want. Otherwise, you'll just get a bunch of crap and be like, I don't want any of this. Well,
socks and sweaters.
Yeah, decide what you want. So ask. Number 2, it's always given. That's just the law of attraction. You ask for it, you receive it. The third part of this equation, this is the hardest part, this is where us humans get it all wrong, is are you willing to receive it? And the way in which we receive what we're asking for is by knowing and believing without a shadow of a doubt that we will receive that in our life, that we are worthy of receiving it, because it's the belief and the thought that, oh, well, that'll never happen, or how's that going to work? I don't know how that's going to do it. Don't worry about the how. That's not your job. Your job is to decide what you want. So claim it in the comments below. What do you want? This is a new moon in Cancer, and it's about claiming your truth. It's about letting go of the past shadows and stepping up firm in your beliefs and your truth. So what is it that you're claiming today?
Yeah, and it's really important to start to always be moving toward this, to always be moving toward what is it that I'm really, really interested in at this time. And it's totally okay that what you want is going to change. And maybe what you got in the past is not something that you want anymore. And even though it may have taken you a long time to build up, if it's something else that's really calling to you, drop the other stuff. You can't grab new things if you're holding on to the old ones. And so this is super important. If you've listened, there's always the indirect method, like Britt was saying. If you want more love, give more love. That's really indirect. It's not saying, hey, how come you don't love me more? How come you're not into me more than this? It's saying, hey, I'm going to love you. If you love me back, that's great. There's this huge law of reciprocity. People always feel like repaying things. And so the more that you give out, the more that you receive in return. And if you're like, oh, that's not true, it's because you haven't really tried it, or you've given with an expectation. And the second that you give with an expectation, you're not giving.
It's conditional.
Yeah, you're setting up a relationship. You're setting a relationship where you're saying, you owe me something, I gave it to you, now you owe me. And now I'm above you, you're down here, and I'm going to wait for you to return the payment. And when you do that, it really strains the relationship. It doesn't allow the creativity to blossom, and you won't be blessed with all those kind of miracles that you hear other people talking about. You're like, how come this stuff doesn't happen to me? Yeah. It's because you're not going...
Because you don't believe that it is possible for you.
Or you don't believe that you deserve it. The deserving part is such a huge deal. And, so much of attracting things into your life revolves around your self-esteem. What is it that you believe that you truly deserve in your life? Do you believe that you're lovable? Are you only seeking for love so that you can say, well, if this person loves me, then I finally believe that I'm lovable? Like, that puts the other person in a horrible situation. And, you're setting them up for failure because you're like, well, when I'm mean to them, I'm going to prove that they don't love me. And then, I'll know that no one can love me. And that's such a hard spot to be in. If you've listened to our other talks on, finding a relationship and stuff like that, the first thing that we talk about is work on yourself. And that seems really counterintuitive because you're like, well, how am I going to find a relationship like that? This is not going out and meeting people and saying hi to 50 people a day.
Go date yourself for a little while.
Yeah, it's indirect. So what you really want to do is just have yourself a cool life so that when you invite somebody into your life, you're not saying...
You're not trying to fix everything.
Yeah.
And you're not putting them on the
so
hook
much
of
easier.
responsibility
So much
to
easier.
fix your drama or to fix your inadequacies or your shortcomings of worth and value or love. Katie said she wants to attract more joy in her life, and joy, I love that word. Obviously, it's such a high vibrational word and feeling and emotion. The good thing about joy specifically is that you are in control of that one. You don't have to wait for the universe to bring it. You don't have to co-create. You can decide today, right in this instant, that I am going to feel more joy. And the way that you do that is you focus on gratitude and the joyous things in your life. Think back to the times when you were overwhelmed with joy, or you watched your children grow, or you accomplished a goal. Remember back to those times and activate that energy in your body, and you begin to feel it, and you're like, dang, this feels good, and you can amplify that energy in your body, which attracts even more of that into your life. So choose joy today. Don't wait for it. I also want to read, Fran says, I want to start the business I always wanted to start. I feel like I am here to do more and I want to do it.
Get it, Fran.
Go for it, Fran. What is that job? What are you here to create? If you've been inspired divinely with this idea to create something in your life or to put something out into the world or to be of service to people, then that was meant for you. I received completely different divine inspiration than Chris does. Although we have the same life path number and we're traveling parallel, we are receiving different guidances. We're doing different things, but we are following what we are guided to. So every single person here on this planet is going to receive something different, and that's why you can't compare it to someone else's journey. You can't ask someone and say, is this right for me? They don't know. They have no clue. It's up to you. You have to decide. And the way you know is that it feels right in your heart. Like when that idea or that job or that business or whatever, you think about it, your heart just explodes with joy. That is you. That's your purpose. Go after that. Joseph Campbell says, follow your bliss. Jessica says 2 new intuitive editing clients by July 30th. 3, I love this detail right here. Detail is key. Yeah. 3 new clients for my 1-month package, 2 new clients for my 3-month package, claiming it now. Why? So I can help more folks with the stellar gifts I'm sorry, it cut off the message and I can't see the rest of it, but that you possess. I know you've got it, girl. You have to believe in yourself. You are a spiritual teacher, a coach, so you have to know that that's your purpose and open up to receive those people that you're here to guide. And it's funny because you guys know, I never advertise for my one-on-one coaching package. Probably you don't even know that I offer that because I'm not here to push that out into the world and be all flashy and marketing and stuff. I'm just delivering value. I'm showing up weekly, daily, and giving love with intention that it's to help others. Not like I'm doing it because I'm going to get money from it. And people show up. I get booked, I get readings, I get all kinds of stuff that I could have never dreamed of. And it's because I'm not focusing on what I'm going to get. I'm focusing on what I'm giving to you.
Yeah, this is we'll have another talk where we talk specifically about attracting more money into your life.
Yeah.
But she nailed it. And this is a really important lesson if dollars are what you're looking for. And it's how much value can you add into the world? How many people have problems out there that you can solve? And how can you do that? And how can you do that in a way that inspires and instructs people to go after exactly what it is that they want in their lives?
Yeah.
Like that's what people really need. They need a hope. They need a teacher behind it and to help overcome their problems. And that's how you start being like, man, dollars are just coming in. It's because you're adding so much value. You're changing the ripple effect that you're doing with your work, reaches out really far. And the more that you're able to do that, the more money just floods in. You're like, what just happened? It's because the value got really high. And you stop focusing on like, if you get up on stage, you're like, well, I'm so scared and these people won't listen to me. It's not about you. It's about other people and their lives and how much you give to them. And when you focus specifically on that, no one cares how you look up there or if you've got crap in your teeth or whatever. If your message comes out and it's authentic and they can feel that you've got passion behind you, it won't matter.
It's so true. You could come out in your jams and nobody would care if the love...
I come out in my jams. Nobody cares.
He's always in his PJs. You just come out and you give from your heart and it's authentic, it's unconditional, and it's loving, and it will attract all the abundance that you need, whether it be friendships, connections, business partnerships, or money. It's not about the money. This is the number one thing I get asked in my coaching practice is, I need you to help me find my purpose. Your purpose is to feel joy. Your purpose is to be the light. Your purpose is to give love to yourself and then give it to others. It doesn't matter in which way you do that, what profession you have, what career, what hobby, what passion, who cares? As long as you love it and the energetic state that you're feeling and putting out in every single moment is one of that higher vibration of love, joy, and peace. That's your purpose, not the role or title or CEO or the letters behind your name. Nobody cares. We're not putting it on your tombstone. It's a matter of what did you leave behind in this world, and it's the energy, not the title, not the scholarships, not the credentials. It's the energy that you left. People will remember how you made them feel. You've heard that quote before. Not what you say or what you do, but how do you make people feel? When you're together, are you opening up space for them to raise their energy? Are you opening up space for them to heal, for them to feel love, for them to see themselves clearly? Then you've served your purpose. Jamie says, I'm seeking abundance of energy today as I go through my apartment and get rid of the things I no longer need and create more sacred space. About to kick it off with some sweaty yoga. Yes, here's another way to attract abundance. When your hands are full, how can you grab onto the new? So we have to let go of the old, the things that no longer positively serve us or we've outgrown. We have to let them go, whether that be jobs, relationships, clothing, thoughts, furniture, beliefs, whatever. Let it go. I feel like Elsa with my braid today. I'm like, let it go.
Yeah, definitely. And really quick, it's not, when we're talking about abundance here, the really big deal is that it's not necessarily what you get, but the person that you have to become to get it. Like, that's the real key. It's not so much that, ooh, look at all this crap that I accumulated. No matter what, in this lifetime, if you haven't figured it out yet, this lifetime is all about letting go. It's not about holding on. Everything around us will eventually go away, no matter what it is. Everything, friendships, relationships, we all die at some point. And so what's really important to be is like, what can you be doing in that middle period? And how can you transform your life situation in such a way that you just enjoy every moment of everything, where you can be standing in line, where you can be doing tedious work, but you're still loving it, And that's the kind of abundance to attract.
Yeah, make every moment of your life fun. Even if it's, not seemingly fun, you can bring that joy and bring that childlike innocence to every single moment to create a higher vibration to attract even more of what you like. So when you're doing the dishes and you don't love doing it, be thankful that you have the ability to do the dishes. Be thankful that you had the food on those plates to be able to eat. Because again, remember, Google a third world country. You are so abundantly blessed. So any of you sitting here right now that feels like they're not abundant, get off your fucking high horse and be grateful for what you have, because we've traveled the world and we've seen suffering. We've seen pain. We've seen poverty. So be thankful for the blessings in your life. Just remember to appreciate all the blessings in your life because you are abundantly blessed and abundantly loved. Katie says, how did you know that I'm watching you while doing dishes?
Perfect.
Katie, because we're on the same wavelength, my friend. So today, like I said, is a new moon in Cancer. It's all about setting new intentions. So claim it, own it, believe it. That's the most important part. You can wish all you want, but if you don't believe it and you don't take the inspired action or open up to receive when it does show up, then for what? So what are you claiming? Today's a new moon in Cancer. If you want to practice your hand at manifesting, I invite you to try my new moon manifesting ritual. I'll leave the link in the comments below. Be sure to go over there and check that out. It's going to invite you to get quiet, to tune into your soul, and to listen to what she's telling you. And this is going to give you the space to create clarity, to decide what you want, because if you don't decide, you'll just get
socks and sweaters.
Socks and sweaters. So decide what you want. Go check out that new moon ritual and leave a comment below and let me know, what are you manifesting? What are you owning? What are you claiming? What are you calling into your life today with 110% confidence, knowing that it will show up? Sometimes it's fast and sometimes it takes time. It takes 9 months to birth a baby. It's quite a miracle. So sometimes your dreams take time. Just be patient, knowing and unwavering in your belief, and it will show up in divine timing. Maeve says, I'm letting go of things that no longer serve me. I must do this. Yes, you must.
Get 'em, Maeve.
Go get 'em, Maeve. So proud of you all. I am so thankful that you've joined us here for the Elevated Life series talking about how to attract abundance. What was your aha moment? What was that shift in perspective that you had today? Because this is a big topic that we get asked about all the time. Like, I need more of this in my life. Well, it's because you believe you don't have it. That's why you don't have it. So what was your aha moment? Share it below, because that aha moment might actually inspire someone else that's watching or someone else that commented that didn't gain that perspective. Remember, we're all here to share our unique perspective so that we can see more clearly.
Nailed it.
Booyah.
Yeah, have
Good
a great
one, babe.
Friday, yeah.
All right, if you want us to talk about any topics that you're interested in, leave them in the comments and we will be sure to cover them on The Elevated Life every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We love hearing from you, love seeing on you. Jamie says, stop focusing on cash. Well, what will you start doing instead?
Yeah.
Most important. All right. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us here, and we'll see you next Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for the Elevated Life series. And be sure to go check out that new moon manifesting ritual so that you can begin to spark that, your imagination, your creativity. You are a creator. Remember, focus on what you want and let go of what you don't want. And you'll begin to be a magnet for miracles.
Boom.
I'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.